I'm good.
That water, that worked. Drinking more water.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So glad. Sometimes that's all it can be, is just that we need more of that.
Uh-huh.
More of the good stuff. All right. Owen, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. Got another great workout for you today. It's going to be, it won't be too long today, actually, probably more about 45 minutes, which is great. Gets you up, gets you going. We've got two parters again today. The first part is going to be some core. You've got 4 sets of 20 seconds of a leg lift series. I'll go over what that is, but you're going to be lifting your legs up and down, and then immediately into 40 seconds of slow tucks where you're pulling your knees in towards your chest while you're laying on your back. It's that same idea where you work really fast and really intensely for 20 seconds, and then you kind of slow it down, but still work for the following 40 seconds. So it's continuous, trying to take as few breaks as possible. And then we have the workout for today, and it's going to be a 14-minute AMRAP. You've got 16 goblets, so you're going to hold a household item. You can hold a couple of books, you can hold a water bottle, whatever it is that you'd like to hold today. And you're going to do some cossack squats. So your feet are straddled out. You squat down to one side and then the other. It's a little bit like a side lunge as well. So there's lots of names for that one. Into 20 lateral bear crawls. The reason that it's written the way it is in the app with 5, 5, 5, 5 is so that if you don't have a lot of space, you're going to go 5 one direction, 5 the other, repeat that, and then you've gotten your 20. But if you have a lot of room, you can feel free to do 10 and 10 back, or all 20, and then you can do 20 on the next round. It's up to you however you want to break that up. And we've got 40 line hops. Just kind of pick a spot on the floor. If you have a line, awesome. If not, just you're going to do 40 line hops, and we're going to go laterally. Actually, we'll see when we get there which way we're going to go, because we're doing lateral bear crawl. So that is it for the workouts. Let's go ahead and get you warmed up. I want you to use a door frame or a tall dresser or anything that you can. You're going to put one hand up against that, shoulder height roughly, and then just turn away. Open up these chest muscles here, a little bit of your shoulder, so your arm is straight and you're rotating away from that anchor point. And then just a couple breaths here. And go ahead and switch sides. Again, hand is up at shoulder height, and then rotate open. I'm happy the sun is finally really up when we get started. A couple weeks ago, it was pretty dark at this time. And release out of that. You're going to now, you can use a wall and put your hands on the wall, or you can use a door frame, whatever you have. You're going to put your hands up against it and then head through the window. Open up your chest and your shoulder even more. Pushing your chest towards the floor. Soft bend in your knees. You don't want to lock them out. You can get a little bit of a hamstring stretch while you do this. And stand up from that. You're going to give me a couple of slow squats. If you feel like you're just not quite warmed up enough, you can feel free to do them to a couch or a chair if you need a little bit of support. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple nice and slow. Kind of hang on the bottom of them. Stand back up. You're going to do 2 more. This last one, I want you to stay down, pushing your knees apart, getting your chest up nice and tall. Stand on up. Okay, we're going to get into some side lunges now. Just going to get everything warmed up a little bit. I want you to step out nice and deep. You can put your hands on the floor, and I want you to try to get that toe up. Right now you can see my heel is up. That's not what we want to do for the workout, but right now I need to get a little bit looser so I can get into a good position there. Just kind of working my way around this ankle over here, some circles, trying to sit back a little bit into it, and I also feel a stretch here. Go ahead and come on up. Okay, you can keep your feet apart and go right over to the other side. Toe up. You may find one side is a little bit more flexible. Been having problems with this ankle. Something I did 2 days ago. Again, I'm just kind of moving around the ankle, leaning back into it, trying to get that heel down a little bit, and then stand back up. Good. Center it back, and we're going to go back to the beginning. Hand up against that door frame, and open up, and hold. It's Wednesday, so you may be starting to feel a bit sore. Certain places. Workouts have been pretty good, pretty tough this week. Go ahead and switch sides. And relax there. Both hands on the wall, the door frame, whatever you used last time. Get into that flag pole stretch. Come on up. Gonna go back to some squats now. Go ahead and squat it down. I want you to stay down here for this first one. Push your knees apart. You can lean into it on the ground. You put your hands down, you lean forward, and then you're able to push. See that? Push your knees even further apart. Sit back, stand up. Back down again. Now we're just doing slow tempo. One more. Okay. Now we're going to get into the side lunge. This time, I want you to try to see how low you can get while keeping your heel on the ground. It's a little better than last time, but I can tell I need a little work. So I'm going to do a few more. Moving around on the ankle over here, sitting back. Back up. Oop. And then go to the other side. Ooh, much better. Gonna get a little bit more warm over here. And stand up. Okay, I want you to point one toe down and then push that ankle forward. So from the side, push one toe, tuck the toes, and push the ankle forward. Right? And then I can even rock side to side with that, but always my toes stay tucked. Feel that across the front of the ankle. Let's take it to some ankle circles. Reverse direction. A lot of ankle mobility for these cossack squats. Again, point toe on the other foot. We switch feet, and I'm just pushing forward right now. I'm going to rock side to side, and then I'm going to take it into some circles. And reverse direction. Very nice. All right, we're going to take it down to the floor. Going to get into a straddle position. Straddle your feet up. Did these a couple days ago in a workout with straddle sit-ups. We're going to do a few right now. Lay all the way back. Going to warm up the core. And sit up, reach forward as far as you can, and then back. Reach forward, and back. So it is a slow pause at the top, and then quick on the sit-up. One more. Reach really far. Walk those fingertips out. Sit back. I want you to go towards one leg, pulling the toe towards your shin. Leg straight. Feel that in your hamstring. Leaning towards it. And go to the other side. All right. Flip over. You're going to get into down dog position. Try to get your heels towards the floor. Feel that in your calf muscle, in your hamstring. Then I want you to just walk them up and down. So you're really pushing that heel that's down, push it down. Other one relaxes. And then stretches. And relaxes. Couple more. Good. Now from here, just drop your hips. And relax down. You're going to stretch out the abs. Hip flexors. Come back up, down dog. Push your head back towards your toes. And again, back down to inchworm. Okay. Turn back over onto your back. We're done with that series. We're going to do one more stretch and then get ready for the core. I want you to come here on your back, and you're going to take your arms out straight like the letter T. You're going to bend your knees at a 90-degree angle with your feet off the ground. Then what I want you to do is just rotate, let those knees come to one direction, keeping your shoulders on the floor. You can take your hand and pull your knees down towards the floor. You're going to feel more of a stretch in your low spine, your low back. Shoulder blades should both be on the floor, so you're twisting at both ends. Okay, come back to center, recenter everything, your shoulders, your hips. You're starting over from the beginning, and then you're going to go the opposite direction. Shoulder blades on the floor. Back to center. Pull your knees to chest. And go ahead and lay here. I'm going to go ahead and use this opportunity to show you how to do the core movements while we're here. And we're going to just take a brief break for me to set up the clock, and we're going to get to it. Okay, so the core, again, it's 4 sets of 20 seconds of a leg lift series and 40 seconds of slow tucks. So it's 4 minutes total. Let's go over the leg lift series first. What you can do is when your hands are behind your head, that is the hardest version. If you want to really, really push yourself here. Hands by your side but not near your hips is the next difficult version. And then hands by your hips, a little bit under, gives you some support, and that is going to be the easiest version. What you're going to do is have your legs straight. You're going to bring your legs up, out, in, scissor, scissor, together, down. That's one. Again, it looks like this. Up, out, in, scissor, scissor, together, down. Make sense? So when I think about how long that series is, and the fact that we only have 20 seconds, I know I'm not going to be doing a ton of those, so we don't need to freak out if it felt hard. If it felt super easy, take your hands somewhere else and make it a little bit more challenging for you. And then the slow tucks. Again, hands, same positionings for the leg lifts if you want to make it a little bit more difficult. You're going to start with your feet out, raise them slightly off, slow tuck, back out, slow tuck, back out. Okay? You can also, if you can, bring your shoulders up off the ground, core engaged here, kind of in that hollow position. If you really can't, then you're just here. Okay? So we have 2 movements that we're going to alternate between for that core workout. Drop your questions in the chat box if you have a question about either of those things. If your low back starts to bother you, drop it in the comments so I can see it and maybe give you an alternative exercise. Let me know if you guys have questions while I set up my clock. Whitney, you doing good?
Uh-huh. I'm
Okay.
gonna mute myself because I'm gonna turn on music.
Okay, good. Go for it. Do it. I'm not seeing any questions in the chat box. You guys are pros now, huh? All right, 20 seconds of work, 40 seconds of slow tucks, 4 intervals. You're not going to see the, that's not right. Something in my eye. There it is. There we go. All right, finally got that clock to do what I wanted it to. Are we ready? Yes, I'm going to take your silence as a yes. We're going to do the leg lift series first and then go into the slow tucks. Again, the idea of this is to rest as little as possible. You superstars out there, you're going to do the whole thing without ever breaking, okay? The rest of us, we're going to try to break as little as possible for as little time as possible on each of those, okay? Get yourself set up. Let this one can see it. And we're going to go in 10 seconds. 2, 1, go. Legs up, out, in, scissors, scissors, together, down, up, out, in, scissor, scissor, together, down, up, out, in, scissor, down, up, out, in, scissor. And now you're going to go into slow tucks. Breathe. Keep the small of your back on the floor. If this is very easy and you have your shoulders off, you can kind of get your arms in it. You could hold it in a hollow position. 10 more seconds. These are nice and slow. Not supposed to get your heart rate up at all. And relax. Go back to the leg lift series. Ready? Up, out, in, scissor, down, up, out, scissor, down, up, out, scissor, down, up, out, scissor, down. And go back to slow tucks. On these, you're trying not to put your foot onto the ground. You're trying to just extend and pull in. Yes, you're going to feel it in your hip flexors a little bit. Visualize your lower abdominal muscles doing the work of pulling in and out. If it's too difficult and you just can't get it, tap your feet, tap them, tap, tap. Still get some good work. Ready? All right, switching back to leg raises. Come on. Up, out, in, scissor, scissor, down. Up, out, scissor, down. up, out, scissor, down, up, out, scissor, down. Switch to slow tucks. Here we go. Again, if the slow tucks have been too difficult, start with your feet out on the floor, feet in, tap them by your butt. You're going to do taps. If you can, slow tucks with your feet never touching the floor. Come on, you got it. Doing great. Get one more in. All right, guys, last set of those leg raises. Right to it. Come on. 20 seconds isn't long. Almost there. And relax. Slow tucks. Last set of slow tucks. Here we go. Nice and slow and controlled. Breathing. Low back. Push into the floor. Ten seconds left. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Rock yourself up to sitting. Roll over. Get into this cobra pose. Stretch out those abs and those hip flexors. I'm just going back and forth. A little bit of a kind of a child pose, not the full thing, into a cobra. Just stretching all that back out that just got tight. At least on me it did. All right, I'm good there. Finish stretching that out if you need to. And then we're gonna get set up for the workout. I'm gonna clear this. I don't need a mat anymore. Not really laying on the ground for the rest of this workout. So you're gonna need to grab your household item. If you know that for these cossack squats that you're not gonna be able to do anything with weight in it, no worries. You can do it without any weight. I may end up doing that myself just because my mobility makes it very tricky. Gonna grab a bottle of Clorox wipes. Okay, that will be my goblet for my goblet squats. Okay, it's a good core workout, right? Felt that in the lower abdominals. That's what we were working with, all those leg raises and the tucks. That lower part that we often neglect when we're doing ab work. So that was really good. Good one that I'll probably come back to and add it in throughout my week again. All right, so our 14-minute AMRAP, we have a goblet cossack squat. Let me show you without anything so we can try it out first. We did them in the warm-up, but we did it with some other stuff involved. So you're gonna start here in the middle of your space. I just don't feel claustrophobic right now. Okay, we'll try it out here and see if it works. You're gonna step out to the side, big step, come down here. You're trying to get there, your hip below your knee, just like a regular squat. You're trying to get that low. But what you don't want to have is you don't want to come up on those tippy toes on this side leg just in order to do it. So this other leg, you're going to turn up on its heel, so toe goes up. And this side, here's what you want to see. Foot flat, hip down, and torso up tall. So let's try that again. You're going to go down, I already feel way better than I did in the warm-up. And then I come back to the center, and I'm going to go the other way and back down. Okay, so that each side is a rep, and I'm going to count it as such. Say you want to do this with something, you're going to hold it in that goblet position. So right about your chest and your elbows kind of up and through. Don't hold it here with your elbows back. Get your elbows forward in that good goblet front rack position. Same thing, even if you're holding an item. Okay, so those are the goblet cossack squats. That's the first movement. The second movement, you're going to do lateral bear crawls. So however much space you have, I don't actually think I'm going to be able to get 5 in my space. Maybe if I go this way, I'm just going to go out of your sight here. What we're looking for is a good position here. And you're just going to walk 5 one way, 5 back the other, till you get to 20 basically. Okay, like I said in the beginning of class, if you missed it, you can do, here's what I would recommend. If you have a small space, go 5 and 5 at a time. So you're just going to repeat that one more time after that to get 20. If you have big enough space, I would go 10 and 10 back. That would be my recommendation for those lateral bear crawls. What are we looking for in the bear crawls? Well, we're looking for your core to be engaged, so you're pulling that belly button in. Looking for strong arms, so you're not sinking. You're not sinking down into it like this. You're pushing the ground away. You can have bent knees, that's fine. You don't have to have straight legs. It's not straight leg. And then we have 48 line hops. I am going to go laterally here. You don't get a whole lot of lateral jumping, so it's good to include these in when we get a chance. I'm going to have my feet together. I'm just going to have an imaginary line, and I'm going to try to hop over it. Okay, 48 line hops. Technically, those are jumps because hopping is on one foot, but we all know what we mean, right? Okay, that is the workout. 14 minutes. We're going to cycle through it as many times as possible. As always, I'm just going to kind of set that middle of the road pace, and you can either go faster than me, or if you need to go a little bit slower, that's fine as well. Drop your questions into the chat box or shout it out if you have any questions at all. And then we're going to get to it. I'm just going to set my clocks. 14 minutes. We're going to have it count down for us. Okay, do not see any questions on YouTube. And I don't think Zoomers have any questions, so we are good to go. Yeah, Whit, you're good? I like it barefoot. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm great.
Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah, dude, that's perfect. It looks like it'd be a heavy water bottle.
Yeah. Not too bad. I've drank a lot of it.
Okay. Made it workable.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right, guys. We're going to I'm just kind of getting my screen set up so I can see the Zoom and the YouTube. So get that item that you have in your hands because we are about to start. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Goblet position. Step out, down, back up to the center. Not moving your feet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chest up nice and tall. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, push those knees out, 16. Set that to the side. Gonna go down and bear crawl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Line hops. 1, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. All right. One round. Back in that goblet position. And we're gonna go. Four for me. Something I'm noticing is as I do it, my feet are slipping. If that's happening to you, readjust your feet, because if they get too far apart, what will happen when you're down here is your knee will be internal too much, and I want your knee out. All right, so just keep an eye on your feet. 8 for me. I have 2 more. 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 20. 1, 2, 10. 30. 40. 48. Good job, guys. We have got it. Here we go. 1, 2. 10 for me. Good job, Whit. That looks good. I have 2 more. Come on, guys. You got it. Whew. We don't have a lot of room, so I'm changing up my strategy. Which way I'm going. Ooh, here we go. Come on. 10. 20. 30. 40. 48. Here we go. We are getting there. Sorry about the lawn noise. We'll try to be loud. halfway for me. Pushing my knees out, taking my chest up. Come on, guys, you got it. Squeeze those glutes. 16. Down to bear crawl. You got it, Whit. Doing great. Ten. 20. 30. 40. 48. We got it. We are over halfway on that back half. Good job, guys. There you go, Whit. You got it. Eight for me. And 16 for me. Twenty. 10. 20. 30. 40. 48. You got it? Come on. Keep burning through it. You've got this. As many rounds as possible. Not as many rounds as you feel like. Here we go. Six. I have two more. Yeah, come on, Whit, you got it. On to these bear crawls. Here we go. 1. 10. 20, 30, 40, 48. Closing in on it. There you go, Whit. Nice job. Good positioning. There you go. I have 2 more. Last one. 90 seconds left. Trying to finish that round you're on. A minute left. Come on, Whit. 20, 30, 40, 48, 30 seconds. Come on, finish that up and get started. Ten seconds. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Time. Good job, guys. Woo, that's good. Very good. One of those where you're able to keep moving. Heart rate never got too high. Hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. Don't sit down, walk it off. Walk it off. All right, feet together. Touch your toes. Legs are straight. So if you can't reach your toes while keeping your legs straight, then you come back up. I want your legs straight and you to reach as low as you can go. If that means you can take your hands to the floor, take your hands to the floor. If that means you can only touch your kneecap, only touch your kneecaps. Wherever you're at, take a good stretch to your hamstrings. Stand on up, cross one leg on top of the other, and go back down. Stand on up and switch sides. Stand on up, quad stretch, knees together, nice and tall, pulling your toes up behind you, pulling on those toes. And switch sides. And relax. You're gonna put your hands, interlock them, flip them, go overhead, Push them towards the ceiling. Release that, bring them behind you. Again, interlock them and push down. And squeeze your shoulders back. And release. You feel free to keep stretching or keep working out, whatever you'd like to do. I'm going to log off because I've got to get ready to do the next session at 8 o'clock. So in about 15 minutes, I'm going to come back on and we're going to do a little upper body session. Call it some beach arms. Get yourself beach ready. It's going to be a really good pump. You're going to walk out of there feeling like you have big, giant, fluffy arms. Very strong. So hop on at 8 if you are able to.
Yeah.
Bye, Whit. Thanks for doing that with me.